What's up, crew? Welcome to episode 8 of Vlogmas! My name is John Connie, aka Big Man Syndrome, and if you're not a part of the crew, well, gosh dang it. I think it's about time you join the crew, let's be honest. Today, getting off on another late start as far as vlogging is concerned. It is 9 o'clock p.m. This guy is giving me some trouble. The PC upgrade was not as smooth as I was hoping it was going to be. I think I have to start with a clean slate, which kind of sucks because I usually use a source file for these vlogs that holds my music, graphics, sound effects, a couple of sequences I've created, like the crew symbol along with the workout card and stuff like that, which didn't take a long time to set up, but it's just tedious work. So I think that I need to just redo it, because what I did was I took the file that I was using on my Mac along with all of the data and just opened it up in the PC, and they didn't speak to each other very well. So I'm having some of the same problems I had with my Mac on here, which kind of sucks because it's like I spent a bunch of money on an upgrade thinking it was just going to be, you know, cupcakes and rainbows. Well, it's not, let me tell you. But I think it's more of a software issue than it is a computing issue, because when I edited one of the vlogs, I think it was the one where I tracked my hands, I was able to watch 4K footage playback with no drop frames, which I could never ever do on my MacBook. That's a positive. But enough about that stuff, because that's not what we're here for. That's a bunch of nerd talk. Nerd! Such a nerd. Today we announced a winner for the RockTape giveaway, and I wanted to take the opportunity to sort of talk about what I sort of mentioned yesterday, and that's how I realized I need to get back into a recovery routine. I used to be really on top of my recovery stuff, and this was obviously before I had a ton of stuff on my plate, but like I had a foam roll routine that I used to do before every single workout, and I've shown that on the vlog. I was doing raw mod every single morning. I was doing crossover symmetry whenever I had time. I was doing a whole lot of stuff that I'm currently not doing. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to sort of talk through my top 4 things that I want to try to get back and why I enjoyed them in the past. So starting with number 1, raw mod. I don't have an affiliation with them. I know the owners. I've met the owners before at the games a couple times. Really awesome people. The program itself, it is literally the number 1 thing I attribute to increasing my mobility. I was a mobile person to begin with. I was able to do handstands in high school. I was always able to touch the ground without bending, arching my back, with my legs straight. These were things that I sort of just had available to me. I don't know if it was just because I was very active as a kid or whatever it may be, but I still wasn't the most mobile. Like, my squats weren't perfect. I was squatting low, but I wasn't knees out, wasn't like in a great position. I started doing raw mod every single day, and I think after just a month of doing it daily, I became so well-rounded in my mobility to where I was getting down into a full depth squat, feet underneath my shoulders, knees out, chest up, and just going straight up and down. I've lost that now. Like, I can definitely get into a good squat after warming up, but I don't start that way, and I used to start that way when I was doing raw mod a lot more. So definitely need to get back into that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is essentially in the order that I was talking about yesterday. That was raw mod, crossover symmetry. I don't have an affiliation with these guys either. I bought the product back when they started to sort of rise in the CrossFit world as far as popularity, and I just loved what it looked to do, and that's open up the scaps. If you've never seen crossover symmetry, it's just a specialized piece of equipment. If anything, the name brand is a little bit more expensive than it needs to be, because it's just, they decided the price, and then knockoffs started to come out, and it's such a simple design that, like, Neil has a whole pack of these things that's not crossover symmetry, but we're like half the price. All that doesn't really matter when it comes to what the tool actually does. You hook this side up to the rig, and then you hook a second one up to the other side, so you have the 2 uprights, you cross them, and then you do specific moves. And like I said, the main purpose of these is to mobilize and open up the scaps, because oftentimes we put so much stress on our shoulders, but we don't work on our shoulders. So even if you don't mobilize like foam roll or use the balls, a lacrosse ball, or stretch too much. This, just by moving that muscle, takes those fibers, moves them across each other, which then breaks down all of that stickiness that you might feel after doing a heavy workout. So I need to do this more often because I loved it. Not only that, but it actually strengthens the shoulders amazingly. Like, I remember discovering one time that after doing a specific move where you have straight arms, you come back and you sort of just tuck right here, it kind of starts to build and awaken the muscles that make your shoulder do that. Where do you do that most? Double unders. You have your arm down and you're trying to keep your shoulders sort of tucked into place. If you don't wake that up, if you don't sort of tell your body to do that before doing double unders, then while you're doing double unders, you're trying to figure out how to do that while also doing double unders, which is mind-boggling. So doing that move, I realized it strengthened my double unders crazily. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm gonna keep the camera angle right here because the next thing I want to talk about is ONNIT, which you've already seen. I use these guys a lot because they're super fun. I've got the mace that I'm definitely gonna look up more moves. I already know a couple moves and have done a little bit here and there on the vlogs, but I want to do more. And not only with tools, but with some of the movement stuff that they do, that they have courses of. And that's sort of just this idea of primal movement or like flow, going from position to position, like from push-up to standing to kneeling to stuff like that. I've always been interested in that thing, but I have to find a way to incorporate it in my daily workouts because it looks like something that like ROMWOD wakes your body up in a way that like you feel more open, and then this looks like it's something that gets you ready to go move. It just looks like it's amazing after you're done. All right, and then the last one is RockTape, and there's definitely several different things that I want to use more often that help with sort of pain management as well as mobility. The giveaway specifically was for Rock Sauce and RockTape. I've used Rock Sauce every once in a while. I just always forget to use it. There's several other things that I use more often than that, and that is rock balls. These are definitely number one on the list as far as things that I try to use as often as possible. The spiky one is terrible, but really, really awesome for breaking stuff up. And then this little guy, it's just a lacrosse ball, but the idea is it comes in a set, so it's a little bit better than just having a lacrosse ball. You have that spiky option. This is great for those tight, small areas to try to pinpoint some mobility and tissue release. Can't recommend these more. I need to use them more often. The second thing is floss. They do make floss now. They have a regular 2-inch size, and then they also have a thick 4-inch size. I only have the 2-inch, and I've shown this before where I have a specific routine. I do squats, lunges, things to open up my hips and my knees and my ankles. This is like, next to doing ROMWOD every day, this is another huge advancement as far as like getting yourself ready to do squats or do thrusters or anything that involves getting down below parallel with your hips below the knees. Got to use this way more often. And then lastly, this is brand new to their product line, and that's Rock Band Flex. I definitely plan to use this more often and plan to use it with Sarah. Both of us need help, opening up our hips. For me, it's because I've been inactive and standing too much at a time editing. And for her, she obviously just had Madison, and the core sort of gets all kinds of manipulated by having a baby. But this has really cool sections, different, spots for like different moves. There's a lot of different moves I can find online that's great for this. Prepping yourself or priming yourself for movement. With all that said, hopefully it's not a show for me to edit because God, that was a lot more than I wanted to say on each thing. And the random winner for the RockTape giveaway, that is Sauce and Tape. And I gotta talk to the folks at RockTape and see exactly how much of what and each we are giving you. I don't exactly know specifically, but you at least know that you will have a roll of tape and sauce. Tape will be pattern of your choosing. Is Catherine Harrison. Congrats. Thank you for participating. For those of you who entered, thank you. Those of you new to the crew, which I gotta do some burpees tomorrow because we had we had a lot of you join just recently. We have more giveaways coming. Next is going to be the Maddox Method performance version, so you're gonna get access to pretty much the entire programming brought to you by Neil Maddox, 8-time CrossFit Games competitor. And then following that, we have ONNIT. So already had a lot of signups, pretty excited, looking forward to it. I'm kind of rushing right now because I got to get inside and help Sarah with Madison, but thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, join the crew. And if you're not new, tapping on that like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are the things that help grow the crew. And remember, I gotta go. I'll see you later, crew.